And he takes this from inside the 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Takes the handoff. It's Martin. Picks up the first down, still moving. Ran through the tackle, and he's got room to run. Into the secondary on the right. Touchdown, Nittany Lions. He got loose, and it was lights out after that.
And as a coach, you're just hoping your offense can take the field on the first series of the game and create a little bit of momentum, get into a rhythm. How about that running play? Hitting a home run early in this game. You know that's got the sidelines all juiced up.
He'll bring it out. It's James. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Offense has it at the 28 on first down. Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. Quarterback adjusting the pattern. The give from the gun. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Let's think a little bit about Syracuse. Doesn't matter what time of season it is, a top 10 win is a top 10 win, and you know the underdogs would love to make a statement.
No doubt about it. When you've got a very low number beside your name, you're going to get everybody's best shot. And that's what this team is expecting from their opponent today. A lot of eyeballs watching this game, David. A lot of expectations on this team. Now it's time to see if they can deliver.
Yeah, and the offseason was so much more important when you know you're playing a highly ranked team to start the season. Attention to detail higher, excitement higher, a chance to go out and prove something very early in the season.
Williams will pass. Serious arm strength on that third down pass, but it's incomplete.
It's so nice when you know it's third and long, you know a pass is coming, you worked on it all week, get your feet set at the sticks, understand that quarterback's got to be rushed, get him off of his spot. Nice execution by this defense.
Coverage team have its hands full. Well, not full because they didn't get a hand on him for quite a while. Great return there. Penn State sends the offense back onto the field. Looking downfield on first down. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with his 7-0 lead. Defense is there to make the stop, but he's got the first down, and they'll have it first and goal at the 6. So close to cashing it in for this offense. It's complete to the left. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
How about that? The dying breed of the tackling cornerback. You don't see those anymore. Everybody wants to be great in coverage. Everybody wants to get picks. But how many corners really want to get their face in the fan?
Ball into the end zone, and it's intercepted. He's brought down. A short return to the defense. Comes out on top with a pick. And it just turns out to be a missed opportunity. You get the ball in the red zone, and you turn it over.
Momentum. It plays a big role for teams and especially for offenses. And when you have chances like that, when you're down in this area of the field, you've got to be able to come away with points. Even if it's not going to be a touchdown, you are not leaving this area of the field without putting at least 3 up on the board. Missed opportunity for the other.
They stop him just a link or 2 short of the first, and man, what they can do on second down here. From the gun, the running back looking for room. At the 45 on his And how about that? What the doctor always ordered, an explosive play to the 40.
Well, the defense just had to chase that guy down, make a tackle after a long run, and no chance to substitute. They got to get the play call in because the offense is trying to go fast.
And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. They'll move the tight end. He'll do it himself. Got the first down. Looking for more. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
And that's a nice job by this QB. Great job. You show patience, right? Like, if they don't come take me, I'm going to keep running. That's how I go pick up another first down, move the sticks, and this offense can keep churning.
Williams looking for a man. Dances away to buy time. And the quarterback is toast back at the 35.
This offense is going to have to come up with a plan to block this guy. He is an absolute monster, and he showed you all his tools on that sack.
It's second and long now as this defense has some energy after that last sack. Caught in the backfield, it's Tremble. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks.
And watch the offensive line here. They all block run. Because they're blocking run, the quarterback decides, oh, I got a favorable matchup. He dumps it out to the right, makes the right read, gets a nice positive gain.
Might be changing the route. Wide receiver comes in motion. On third down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. And it's picked off by the defender, but he's out of bounds. Couldn't get the foot down. It's incomplete.
Oh, man, that DB, if he knew where he was at on the field just a little bit better and knew how to get that foot down in bounds, that would have been a pick. Obviously, a clean catch, but he's got to get 1 foot in bounds to secure the interception.
And the kicker delivers the 3 to salvage that drive. There is a flag on the play. Now, if this is on the defense, it might not change that much. Offense has already made the long field goal. To the ground with the back. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
That's such a great physical play by the defense because this is one of the bigger, more physical running backs you'll see in the country, and we're used to seeing him push the pile the other direction, not that time. It's the big guys up front on defense getting penetration, and they're sending him back for a tackle for it.
Can't hang on in the end zone, and that one is going to drive him crazy when he watches it. It'll be third down. Final play of the quarter coming. From the gun, leaves it on the inside with the back. And he's brought down after a solid gain, and we are done in the first quarter. Both teams wanted to establish the run, and they have done exactly that in the first quarter. They are lined up and ready to go and get things started here in the second. The Orange undaunted, they'll still go for it here on fourth down to open the second quarter. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Touchdown, Orange! Fit it in the window for the score. I don't know exactly what the defensive coverage was, but it certainly wasn't part of the plan to leave him that wide open.
Well, I don't think they know what their defensive coverage was either. How do you leave that big guy open down here in the red zone? You know the quarterback loves the big tight ends in this area. Really poor job by the defense.
Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Guys, let's recap that ACC matchup that has just gone final. Virginia Tech managed to avoid a bitter defeat by scratching out a narrow victory. This wasn't the blowout some around Blacksburg had hoped for, but it sure beats the alternative. One team will rise in the ACC standings while the other is going to sink like a stone. Harsh reality of college football when conference foes face off, fellas.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there, Kevin. Turning it on! to him, but what a play there to pick up the first down. The Nittany Lions come to the line in the hurry-up.
Nice job by the quarterback, seeing the receiver come open, getting him the football, making the first down, and they like to do this. When they make a first down, they want to go fast. They want to crank up the tempo.
Wants to throw on first down. Throws to the back. Caught over the middle. It's Martin. Makes that one pay off, and they finally get him down at the 38. It'll be first down.
Nice job by the running back, catching the football and understanding where the first down marker was. I got to go get that first down. He did a nice job of it.
It's 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. Wants to go up top on first down. He's going to let it go. And he's got it inside the 15-yard line. A huge chunk play as he gets it all the way down to the 11.
Man, this offense is so dangerous, Reese. They've got dudes all over the field that can make plays. There's a big gainer in the pass game.
You get a chunk of yards like that, now the defense is really on its heels. Picked off, and they ruin an early drive with the turnover. Takes it the other way. They'll be stopped, but not before getting the football and picking up big yardage on the return. What a play there.
This is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision-making.
He might want another play. The give out of the gun. A 7-yard pickup. It'll be 2nd and 3. After the good pickup on first down, let's see if they keep it on the ground. The margin for error so small in a conference like this, and in Big Ten play, really imperative to get off to a good start.
You really focus on all offseason getting off to such a great start, right? Start fast. Win our conference. Well, this is step 1. And so I think you're so tired of hitting your own color jerseys, by the way. You're excited when you get in conference plays. You start to get some of that familiarity, some of that also that hatred that you have for these other teams. So the Big Ten is a fun conference.
Yeah, and you know both of these teams, their players have had this game circled all offseason because this is the first one. This is the first step towards winning a Big Ten championship. Both teams feel like they've got the playmakers to compete in conference this year, but it all starts today.
Syracuse ready to go to work with another first down. Tight end now in motion. Right back to the well. How about this sophomore stopping him short of the first down line?
Run game is good. Balance is good. Now, listen, if the run game isn't good, then you got to pass the football a little bit more. But sometimes you got to keep them honest, take them chunk by chunk.
Williams will pass. Strong pass rush gets to the quarterback, and they get him at the 46.
That's a good example there of complementary defense. The DBs and linebackers are playing zone, they're playing their spaces, and they force the QB to have to hold the ball, try to work through his progressions, and then the pass rush, they win up front.
He's tackled right at the 40-yard line. That is well short of the first down, and let's see if they go for it here. Syracuse will send out the punt team. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Quick timeout call by the offense after the play. The punt team makes its way onto the field. This will be the snap to the up man. They'll fake it. And the gamble pays off as they pick up the first down.
I got to be honest, I was surprised they even jogged their punt team out there because you're in no man's land in your opponent's territory. Just let your offense see if they can pick it up. But obviously, these special teams coaches are making good money now because they're pretty smart guys. That was a good-looking play, and the drive stays alive.
Give to the running back. Breaks into the open. Really good job by everybody there. Well blocked, good run, and a first down.
This defense really is on their heels. They've been on the field now for a long time on this drive, and they're just getting pushed around at the point of attack up front like we saw in that last play.
Here's the snap, looking to throw. Just gets rid of it before the heat.
I like the decision by the quarterback there. It's only first down. It's not there. Throw it away. Live to play another day.
Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. He'll run it to the middle, looking for the end zone. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
It's looking like they're going to have to try to throw this one into the end zone here on third down, David. Quarterback's got to be careful. Can't get greedy because you know these windows, they close fast.
Extremely tight windows. Find your big body guys that you know can win in contested situations here on third down.
Wants to adjust the pattern. They're going to throw it on third and goal. Caught behind the line. It's James. And they've got him down after the short completion, but they inch closer and closer to pay dirt. Timeout called here by the defense. It's the first one they've used this half. And as they come to the line of scrimmage, they're passing on the field goal. But look, worst case scenario, you don't get it here, they're backed up in their own end. Looks as if they didn't get it off in time. It'll be a delay of game. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. They'll try to get something out of this drive and kick the field goal here on fourth down. It's good. And with that field goal, they now have the lead.
And that's not the way they wanted to end the drive, but nice job being ready and your field goal kicker coming through and putting 3 points on the board.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Here's the handoff. Now after that run, they're in pretty good shape at the 30-yard line. The hurry up now, second down, clock ticking. Looking downfield very late in the half. It's complete to the right. Gets it out to about the 35-yard line. That's where they'll mark him out of bounds in this offense trying to put something together. They'll snap it on first down from the 35. Looking to throw on first down. There's the pressure. Here comes the rush, and they've got him wrapped up at the 28. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. The Nittany Lions now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. Gives it on the option. Gets away from one, finds room. Jumped on top of the pile. There's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half.
When I go into every game, I want to get my running back going. I want to get the ground game going, and he has. This afternoon, over 100 yards now. Showed you a little bit of everything in the run game, and that's why this offense has been humming.
Takes a hit as he fires. Pass is incomplete, and we dwindle down to 7 seconds. And the Nittany Lions will line up to punt it away. First time we've seen their punt team this afternoon. Calls for the fair catch, but there is a penalty marker down. Let's see what this is about. The only thing I can think is he just didn't see him signal for the fair catch. That's an easy call for the official, and they'll accept the penalty. And as time runs out here in the first half, the offense will take a knee and go to the break, content with the lead they've built. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update. The Nittany Lions will kick it away first, and we'll start the second half. Fielded in the end zone. It's James. Pulled down at the 18, and the decision to bring it out of the end zone was not a good one. The Syracuse offense heads back onto the field. It's working. Why change it? And that running game was working in the first half. I imagine we'll see a lot more of it here in the third quarter.
And you just know the offensive line was telling their coordinator, put this on us. Let us continue to go out there, push these guys around. We can put this game on our back and end this thing by running the ball.
And this is a manhood question for this defense. Like, as a defensive lineman, and you're pounding the rock, like, I got to physically rise to this challenge. This defense has to play more inspired and more physical in the second half.
Changing on the move. It'll be a first down at the 29.
And that's why QBs love their tight ends so much, right? Especially when they're athletic, because they make short throws turn into long gains. Because of his ability after the catch, it's so unique and special. He is dominant in this offense.
Keeps it himself and gets the first. Good run on the play, and he slides to avoid the hit.
I mean, these quarterbacks nowadays can run so fast. Think about who you've got chasing them. Defensive linemen, those big old defensive tackles, defensive ends, linebackers. They can't catch him because they're faster than them nowadays. So much speed, so much electricity now with these guys.
He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down.
Again, this is a running back that can hurt you running it between the tackles, and he's dangerous out in space. They like to throw it to him out on the perimeter as he picks up a couple of yards there.
Incomplete thanks to the great defensive pressure there that sort of threw them out of rhythm.
Well, it's a nice job by the quarterback getting the ball out of his hands quickly on that RPO. He saw something he liked, just not on the same page with his receiver.
Snagged in the middle. It's Russell. He'll come through on third downs. He's got enough, and they'll mark it at the 23. We asked earlier this week, who's your favorite receiver? And, of course, he said the open one. But we know who he really wants to go to on third down.
The best one. I mean, I think the open one, obviously the politically correct answer. But you want to find the guy that you got that great chemistry with. You know exactly where he's going to be. You got that bond and that trust.
Nice route there by the tight end, making it real easy for his quarterback to find an easy completion.
Syracuse comes to the line on first and goal. Big fella moving. And that defense pushing him out of bounds after a short gain.
The offense trying to throw it there quickly down close to the goal line. Nice job by the defense tackling the catch.
They've moved it forward to the 2. Now it's second and goal. Motion from the wide receiver. Quick touch pass to the receiver. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Syracuse right back at it. They're going to run it. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Syracuse. They just took the air out of that thing. That might be an understatement. They took the ball away and just wore down, just grinded away at that defense.
And took a lot of time off the clock in the process as well. I'm impressed with the physicality up front of this offense, because that's where it all starts. If you're going to march the ball down the field like they just did, you've got to be dominating in the trenches, and they are doing that in this game right now.
They're set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them. He'll bring it out. It's Smith. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out in the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. The Nittany Lions going back to work on offense now. That deficit has now grown to double digits, down 17-7 as they start this drive. Just a little off. Incomplete.
Well, this is a big moment for this offense, too, because you want to capitalize off getting the turnover, right? You just threw an incompletion. Now you got a big down coming up. You've got to find a way to make a play here so that you can generate points and capitalize off of the opponent's mistake.
Listen, running backs are not just running backs anymore. You're going to be a wide receiver in today's football. A great job sneaking out of the backfield, getting the football, letting them get some positive yards.
He's going to take off. They'll make the stop about 3 yards short of the first down. Don't even think about sending the special teams out on 4th down and 3. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Drop the football, and they'll turn it over on downs. They spun that wheel of fortune on 4th down and come up bankrupt. The Orange have the ball back and ready to go to work. They unleashed an aerial assault last time that took them right to the end zone, David.
So, Reese, with that drive, I think you've accomplished something you wanted to accomplish. Make this defense think. Put them back on their heels. Now, shoot, Palmer, you might be able to slip a few runs in on this drive to really jack them up.
Yeah, I like that idea, but I also like the fact that speed kills, and they've got it at the receiver position. So if you've got one-on-one...
And he strides his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Cuse.
How about that? The second receiving touchdown of the ball game. Find ways to get your athletes the ball. They'll do the rest. That's number 2. They better start playing some better defense. Number 3 is coming soon.
Ready to try the point after. The kick is up and good and put one more on the lead. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Dynamite matchup this week, fellas. Let's show you what's going down. Mississippi State is down, but not out of it. Not with those cowbells ringing inside David.
And he loses the ball deep in his own end. Recovered by the kicking team. And they'll get him down after a solid return.
Hey, as a return guy, you know that you're going to get punished. You know you've got guys that have a 50-yard run at you trying to dislodge the football. You've got to do a better job of ball security.
Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
Well, the offense just tried to go with a little touch pass this time, down close to the goal line, giving it to the receiver and hoping his speed is going to be able to outflank the defense, but nowhere to run. Nice stop on the defensive side of the ball.
Looking for just one more yard. It's 2nd and goal. Trying to barge their way in. Touchdown, Orange! And the route is on.
Well, this offense said they wanted to start the year all gas and no brakes, and that's exactly what this game has shown. From the very opening whistle, this offense has been in sync. They've been explosive. Defense has had no answer for them. This unit is going to give teams problems because of their playmaking ability all year long.
Bringing it back. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. They'll snap it from the 20 for the opening play of this drive. They'll start this drive going to the air. He wants to go deep. Snatches it on the right. And the tackle is made, but not before that completion gets them 30-plus.
Man, if I'm a defense, I got to find a way to get some more pressure on the quarterback or disrupt their timing and their rhythm. I can't give them these big chunk plays through the air. I got to be maybe a little bit more aggressive or do something a little bit different.
Makes the grab. Steps out at the 34-yard line. Big pickup on that one in this offense within striking distance. They're down to the 35 on 1st and 10. To the air on 1st down. Grabbed behind the line. It's Martin. The defense wouldn't let him loose there, and it was a completion, but they lost yardage.
Well, the defense didn't have a lot of time to celebrate that last big play because here's the offense right away back at the line of scrimmage, ready to roll again with tempo.
Looking left. It's complete. He's finally stopped, but not before he takes it into the red zone. They'll mark it at the 18. Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. From the red zone, he's going to throw it. Got his man on the right. Touchdown, Penn State! Nice catch and good work afterwards to get it into the end zone.
And that's what I think makes this tight end so dynamic. He's so dangerous once he has the ball in his hands. There's so many tight ends out there that are just possession guys, and they usually go down right after they catch the ball. This guy has the ability to, with his speed, to make people miss, and he showed it to you right there on that touchdown.
Trying to get the two. Here comes the heat, and down goes the quarterback, and they won't be able to get any closer with the two-point try. One more quarter to play, and it might be unlikely, but hey, it's college football. Comebacks happen. The deficit is huge. This one is all but over, but they'll keep trying and line up for the onside kick. That's why they call them the hands team. They're able to secure the onside kick.
And that is why they're called the hands team, people, on onside kicks. Great job jumping on that ball.
They'll go back to work with a first down in the final period. Those two failed to make the connection. It's an incomplete pass.
I'm a little bit surprised they're still throwing the football here this late in the game with this kind of lead. They're on first down, taking a shot, falls incomplete, but obviously they're still seeing matchups that they want to take advantage of in the back end of this defense, so they're letting it fly.
Nice gain of 6, leaving them with 3rd and 4.
And I know you can play these late game situations differently, but I love when you just stay physical. You run the football, you preserve the lead, you got great field position, you're in a great position to salt this clock away and get a W.
On the option. They tried to go smash mouth on 3rd and short, and it did not work against this defense.
That's got to hurt if you're the offense, because you're thinking with this quarterback and his size and his athleticism, that's going to be an easy first down pickup on the option play. But how about the physicality up?
Dialed up the, forget the kick, he's going to throw it. Got out of trouble, got rid of it. And that pass, not surprisingly, is incomplete. You want to be bold and daring, but sometimes you got to know when to just take the 3. Penn State sends the offense back onto the field. Quickly to the tight end.
And this offense is going to have to catch some breaks, man. They're going to have to make some big plays. They're going to have to push the ball down the field, break some tackles, hit some home runs, down 3 possessions in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to do everything right.
Going to throw it over the top of the D. Snags it inside the 20. Touchdown, Nittany Lions. He got a step and just dusted the field.
And back in the day, you used to line up and your tight end was a blocker and you threw it to him short. Now, these guys are being so dynamic in space and so athletic. Now they can make big, huge plays for your offense and put points on the board in a hurry.
They were ready for the onside kick and executed perfectly, and they secure the football. The Syracuse offense heads back onto the field. The give as they work on that clock. Past the sticks, and he may get more. An explosive play in the running game as he's got the first down.
And I think if you're the head coach, defensively now, obviously, you've got 3 timeouts in your back pocket. You're trailing at this point, and the offense is going to be running the football, trying to bleed the clock. They're going to take as much time off the game clock as they can before snapping it. You've got to start thinking about using some of those timeouts.
How about that run as he drives it all the way down to the 13-yard line? 2nd down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Caught in the backfield, it's Tremble. He'll be stopped just short of the end zone, but they'll have it 1st and goal.
How about this offense, man? You got to love it. Late in the 4th quarter, you have the lead. They don't get conservative. Staying balanced. Run. Back it up with a pass. Getting the first.
Touchdown, Syracuse. And they take it in for 6 more points.
And a lot of times late in football games, you'll see offenses get really, really conservative with the lead. I like how this offense didn't go against the clock. They stayed within themselves. They stayed true to who they were. And now, big-time advantage, big-time lead, up by 17 in the 4th quarter.
And now, with the extra point, they're up by 18 here in the 4th. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And they capped it off with a 1-yard plunge. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. The Nittany Lions going back to work on offense now. They'll run it from the gun. He breaks a tackle. There he goes. They finally get him stopped, and this veteran junior running back comes up with a nice play. The Nittany Lions in the hurry-up. This is the kind of performance, guys, that sort of etches your name in the lore of a rivalry.
And playing big in this...
Trying to beat the D deep. And he bats it away. It falls incomplete.
The defense is in great position right now because they've got a huge lead here in the fourth quarter. They know the offense has to take shots to try to get themselves back in the game. So they're calling their coverages accordingly, and there was nowhere to go with that football. Really nice job by the defense being in position to force the incompletion.
And he'll run across the sidelines after the good gain. Here on third down for this offense. From the gun, wants to pass. Looking deep. And they wanted it all on third down, but now dealing with fourth down.
And this is a tough spot for the QB, man. Like, he knows he's down big and has to make big plays down the field, but also got to be smart because this defense, you can tell, bringing an extra block.
They got him for the sack, and that'll be a turnover on downs.
And I tell you what, you see this a lot. Fourth down, I'm putting pressure on the quarterback. The defense brings the blitz. They have no answer. Nice job being aggressive on a big fourth down.
The Orange have the ball back and ready to go to work. They go to the ground. Tackle is made at the 30-yard line after he picked up 4.
And here's the mindset if you're on offense. Fourth quarter, you've got a huge lead. Obviously, you're going to run the football, but just be aware of the clock. You don't want to snap it too quickly. You're probably just doing safe runs inside the tackles like you saw right there. You just got to execute. You got to be aware, but you've got this game in hand so long as you don't turn it over.
We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and the clock is definitely on their side. They'll just try to run it out here. Syracuse lines up on third and short. On the move, it's Coleman. They thought they could just run it on third and short, but this defense was there to make the stop. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. Here comes the field goal unit. He's going to try to punch one through from 45 yards away. Never a doubt. Right down the middle. And that lead grows even bigger.
And they just tack on more points to this big lead. Listen, fourth quarter was sitting extremely pretty. All we got to do, not give up big plays, make them earn everything they get the rest of this way, and we're looking pretty good.
So they start this drive from inside their own 20 at the 19-yard line. Looking to throw on first down. Makes the grab. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they get it out to the 36. Sprinting to the line to try to get this one off. Clock's running. Looking downfield on first down. He wants a big play here late. Finds a spot down the gun of the D. And there was lots of space as he gets it to the 39-yard line. Wants to throw on first down. Fires deep toward the end zone. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down.
And this defense has put a game together. Like, it is hard to put all the facets of defense together.
A shot toward the end zone. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch. This drive was clicking along, but after a couple of misfires, threatening to stall out on 3rd and 10. Shoots it to the left. Finds his man. It's Johnson. He'll come through on 3rd downs. He's got enough, and they'll mark it at the 23. Wants to go up top on first down. Zings it complete to the right. He was working his way toward that goal line. They'll stop him at the 2 after the big play up top. The Nittany Lions headed quickly to the line. They'll run it on 1st and goal. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Penn State!
And a nice touchdown, continuing to fight, continuing to play. This one, it's pretty much over. Down multiple possessions this late in the football game. It would take a miracle, but nice job by this offense. Continue to fight, push the ball down the field, make plays.
Looks as if the hands team will be able to recover the ball.
And this is why you put your hands team on the field most of the time.